Hello Internet, I'm the Disney Brain and welcome to the Backstage review. After multiple requests to dive into Disney's latest show, I've finally gotten around to it. The first 5 episodes are already up on the Watch Disney website for those curious about the show and who'd prefer to watch it before it all gets spoiled here. But honestly, there won't be too many spoilers with this one, more of a controlled kind of look into what the series is and how good it can potentially become. With all that said, let's jump right in. So Backstage is a Disney drama revolving around way too many main characters to keep track of, all attending Keaton School of the Arts, with a main focus on dancing, music, and sometimes painting. The setup is simple enough, follow the lives of a whole lot of students as they try to sing and dance their way to the very top. But is it any good? Well, that depends on what episode you watch. The very first episode is underwhelming in almost every imaginable way. It's poorly edited, the characters come off as flat and unengaging, and worst of all, every plot point is watered down in so many cliches that it made me want to tear my very short hair out with how predictable it all was. But thankfully, I watched the first 5 episodes before making this video. This show does get better after episode 1, and I think I would rate the next 4 episodes anywhere from good to mixed as far as my impressions go. There's definitely the making of a legitimately good show slithering around in there, it just needs to come out. What I like about this show so far is how it handles the artistic details that define it. Things like modern dancing, studio production, and other very nuanced artistic processes all get some time in the light, and that's already a huge step up from related shows. The dancing that Vanessa and the others are doing is dancing I've actually done in college, so from my perspective, it looks pretty legitimate. The musical aspect isn't too much to write home about, but it gets the job done enough of the time. Also, Backstage tries to execute the television technique that you've seen in Modern Family or Liv and Maddie, where the characters are talking directly to the camera to express their thoughts. I don't think it's used well here though, because the editing on it is way too slow, and it takes you out of too many moments that could have otherwise been solid. Also, body language is a much larger proponent of acting than dialogue, so I wish they would use this technique sparingly to give the characters a chance to actually act, and allow us, the viewers, to try and understand them without them literally blurting out what's on their mind half the episode. Also, the show has a ton of characters, about 10 or 11 main ones, and trying to figure them all out will take a lot of time. It would have been a little easier to manage if they had better paced out introducing the characters, or had all of episode 1 focus on dancing and all of episode 2 focus on the exact same day, but from a different character's perspective. Think about it, that would actually be really interesting and would allow each character a bit more room to express who they are and what they're all about. The tone of this show feels like a slower paced Glee, and both shows even have an inspiring male teacher and the tough as nails older female instructor. But at this point, all the characters so far are about the same in terms of the impression they leave on me. The budding friendship between Jax and Miles, 2 music students, could produce some interesting moments though, and I do think so far that Jax is a standout, but not by a whole lot. I'm obviously a little biased towards the dancing side of things, and I do like how it's presented, but I just wish the dancers not named Sasha would give a little more on the acting end. Sometimes it feels like Vanessa and Carly are sort of sleepwalking through the dialogue. So, like any show, there's some good and there's some bad, but how good could this show potentially become? Well, that depends on a few factors. 1. The characters need to show real growth and progress with each episode, and not stay stagnant. There's a bit of that going on, but I feel like it needs to be more front and center during the more important episodes. 2. This show can't be over-reliant on drama to sell itself. We've already seen backstabbing, broken friendships, repaired friendships, and potential love interests, maybe, and that's all fine. But don't overindulge in it. Use it to build your characters and not to create cheap shock moments only. And 3. Make the moments matter. This point is all about build-up. This is a performing school, so naturally, the main characters are going to have to perform on a stage at some point, or at least do something more important than a simple class assignment. Backstage needs to spend time properly building up those moments to ensure that when they come, we as viewers feel invested in the characters that go through them. I want to use Glee again as an example just because it fits so well here. The first couple of seasons, I really look forward to regionals and states. The reason being that Will Schuester and the Glee team built up its importance to a large degree by always making sure to mention how far away it was and how much they need to prepare for it. This worked because it felt like we were preparing for the competition with the cast, as opposed to just watching them perform out of nowhere. So winning or losing has some personal investment for us, just like watching our favorite sports teams. All in all, I'm not 100% sold on this show as far as quality goes, but I do want it to be great, because I love the fact that the performing arts is the main focus. This show has the potential to inspire people all over the world to strap on those dancing shoes, or to pick up that guitar, or to hold up that paintbrush, and I do hope it realizes that responsibility. I'm not saying this show has to be the next Glee, although the similarities are undeniable, but I am saying that it should continue to dig deeper into both the light and the dark sides of performing arts. Create real tension and not just tired drama. Bring the characters to life by continuing to allow us to see who they are and how they're changing and growing. If Backstage can accomplish those tasks, then maybe, just maybe, We could have something interesting here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it all over social media. And don't forget to follow the Disney Brain on Facebook and Twitter for updates. Links down below. The coming week will finally bring with it the bottom 5 Nick shows, as well as the top 10 best Gravity Falls episodes, with the next Liv and Maddie review likely to come somewhere in between. Now, for those of you still watching, I've got an important question to ask. Do you think I should start monetizing these videos? I've been doing this YouTube thing for a few months now, not really overly concerned with profit, but I'm curious as to whether or not you guys would actually mind an ad or two popping up as the Disney Brain gradually grows in following. Leave your thoughts, if you have them, down below. Until then...
I can't help it if I'm more experienced. After 100 or so casting calls, you pick up a few things.
Yeah, if we all had mothers who were casting agents, we'd have experience too.